after it. Hey, Keio arguments. Explosive powder, empty protein, chem lab shell. Okay.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked. It absolutely was not in there.
Okay.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be. It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
It couldn't have been. Because it was on top of the glass. See, I thought it was going to be the first one I was going to have to loop back around, but you said that.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can.
They were beneath it.
He also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
Right.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can.
I didn't realize Kyoko was wearing heels.
But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab. ...
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened. ...
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
My god, she did kill herself. It was Sakura, she killed herself.
I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Not a lie, because she had powder on her shoe. We have to make her accept it. Moment of truth! Oh no, it's one of these disco montages.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking!
Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof, Sakura?
This should prove it.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I do.
Hina,
Did
did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
Uh-huh. ...
Did?
Yes, it did. It blatant well did.
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it?
Yes.
So the powder we found on Sakura. What else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing. Which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura.
Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything, and Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to go to get them. I have to go get the others.
You said you were going to go get everyone else. But your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can.
Okay.
Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Not everyone.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura...
Uh-huh.
You...
Oh, shit. Didn't mean to skip that.
I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet,
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura? ...
No. 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 I killed her. I did it.
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not. Nothing's over.
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Closing argument. All right. Oh yeah, drag and drop. Act 2. Hiding in there. Act 3. Candy. Yeah. It was when he wrote Toko. Right. You saw that, walked in there, yeah. You put it back on the thing. Oh yeah. It was put upside down. Smashed it. Right. Ran out of there. Right. When she took the poison out, drank it. Right. We broke in there. Wait. Oh, no. That goes there. And then... that goes there. This goes here. Reenact.
Killer is you! This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room.
Yes.
Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she...
Oh, whoops. I gotta stop early.
Next to arrive was Hiro.
I just do auto. There we go.
When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name.
Toko.
Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear... she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down.
Dun, dun, dun.
soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura. And she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her.
And then made a speedy
This explains why
getaway.
there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion.
And kill all of us.
And the one who went to all that effort
was Hina.
Was you, Hina.
Betrayed.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right? ...
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams.
Yeah.
That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end. ...
Yeah. 96 medals. Go me.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point.
They're not gonna kill Hina, are they?
Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Monokuma, why you gotta be so creepy? Seriously, why you gotta be so creepy? You're always like, wow. God, you have those crazy stories that you do in between things. She's guilty of killing herself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
We're done here.
What did you say?
So that's the whole truth. I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? Truth hadn't come to light. You would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
Yet you... Why would you do that?
Don't be mean!
Dude, like, yeah, man, we almost died.
What is this?
Yes. Exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died, all you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. That's why.
You should have been the one to die.
Couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
Yeah? You're gonna take us all with you? You have to atone for our sins. Does everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
What?
Dude! Like, total wipeout, bro.
What is this?
Still don't understand? Then let me explain. You realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying around when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's... Found it on the ground in front of the rec room. Sakura's suicide note. Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. Right after Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out to find her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer like this. It's my own fault after all. Now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
Tried to protect me, but because of me,
I can't forgive
my closest
this!
friend got hurt! It's me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me... She has to meet with them.
Huh?
You has to meet with those three? You can't. You know how dangerous that is? Don't worry. I just want to talk with them. Talk about what? ... Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you, even you.
Hina.
Please don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed, completely believed in all of us. If you just talked with her, you would have understood. She was a friend to us all. And yet...
Why?
Yet... You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable. Dude, that was like total miscommunication. Just crossing of the wires.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you. You wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait, right here. I'll get help.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. Oh, what's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Favor?
Some protein.
Did I ask you to? You gotta just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. That's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. By the time I got there, it was too late.
Please!
Let me in! Please open the door! ...
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. She got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. Weakness, that's normal, and yet...
Why?
You all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. You just added to the weight that she had to carry. I didn't even realize it. Hina, we killed her, all of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her.
Why?
People like us should be allowed to live. That's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out, and in the end I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
Dude, like, I'm sorry to interrupt, but, when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, you know, right? But when you're about to but...
Hey!
It's taking way too long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, really think you could have... You have any... Do you really think... Do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
Did you say? What you just said is nothing but your own interpretations. Your own opinion on her suicide note, man.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and I were...
In other words...
What you're really trying to say is...
Yes, indeed!
You don't think you can... you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it's really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course!
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad!
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true!
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put it in a room.
Huh?
Well, what?
Huh?
You lied to me?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. Just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
Alright. I couldn't help it. It just took me a little scribbles at face value. Even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little...
Damn it!
I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything.
Poom!
Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the ones jerking each other around.
Phew.
Heck, even if the will had factored into us, it still would have been between you guys.
Zing.
So, what's the problem? It's all part of the production process. Okay, and scene, cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note? Oh, so then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice.
Hey!
But you know, have you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Like, who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first
But
place?
hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in the darkness. Gives me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you just get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, jeez. Talk about a buzzkill. Alright, here we go. My good friend, Hina. There's something I have to tell you. Now, I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Oh. It's just that one line. It was our first night in the strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
The mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
What the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel. So that's why, Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
And of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decisions to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or is he oxymoronic? Yeah, maybe just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end just with me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought about suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that this would eventually escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get the situation under control. And to fulfill the obligation, I've decided to do it as the mastermind, do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told. Commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
The mastermind demands that I kill someone, then someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us?
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
Yes. She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong, too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much, no normal person could do that.
However,
it was only her limitless strength that made it possible. ...
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
Why is it like every other line is not read? The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really truly sorry, but please don't be sad. If you can thwart the mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I want you to understand why I'm doing it. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina,
it's
whatever it takes,
really hot
survive.
here.
Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But